Hey YouTube, this is Maggie's World. Welcome to Maggie's World. Um, this is a part two of the case that I actually did, I guess, last night or so. Um, it's about the Twitch case. Okay, Twitch sports case. Okay. Um, about how I actually feel about this whole situation, whatever. Okay. As far as as far as by him being deleted. Um, still okay. I still feel something isn't right about this situation. Um, I still feel that he did not delete himself. I feel like he was set up. Okay, so to speak. I feel like someone else that he trusted, I quote, trusted, deleted him. And it had to be somebody that he knows very well. Very well. And for somebody to tell me he deleted himself, that still does not sit right with me. And what's kind of weird is that usually when somebody has been deleted or deleted with the natural courses, you get notifications about a person's funeral or where it's going to be held, or they have something private for them on the person, just at the third, things like that. Now that Twitch has been deleted, and they claim he was found in the bathtub of the hotel. Okay, and somehow there was nothing, no splatter, nothing. So I'm not gonna use the B word. So they're saying that they found him in the bathroom hotel where he was at, and there was nothing spread over the place. So my only thing to think is that maybe he was deleted elsewhere, probably somewhere in that building. I don't know, or maybe it probably had a pillow there on his head, and probably did like that. That's probably why nobody heard no shots. It's a possibility. You do anything through a pillow, you're not gonna hear anything. Um, as far as this man deleting himself, no, it don't sound right. It don't sound like Twitch. It don't. He was so full of life. He was so full of life. But then it also had me wondering too, because I don't know. I don't know. I'm kind of thinking that it's true too, because he did a video stating that he was going to disappear in 24 hours, and I'm like, yo, that also raised some red flags. So a part of me thinking that he did do it, another part of me thinking that he didn't do it. Because anytime you come on, you make a video talking about you're gonna disappear in 24 hours. That stands a red flags. Don't y'all guys think? Comment down below, let me know. Something don't quite sound right. It don't actually quite really sound right, really. But to me, it sounds like a setup. Like somebody, if he did walk to the hotel, that means somebody was there waiting on him. That's the only thing I honestly think of. He must have got a call, or his wife or somebody must have called somebody and probably told him or asked him to meet them at the hotel. which is not too far from his home. Then he leaves his car behind. That was also suspicious. Cause usually nobody usually leave their cars behind. So it's got me thinking again. This man leaves his car behind. He disappears without a trace. He goes to a hotel, and all of a sudden, Babylon. He deletes himself. Then they talk about a deletion note. Nobody seen that note. Nobody seen what was said in that note. So it was something that basically come about to where a deletion note. No. It just don't set right with me. Something else is going on. His wife talking about everything else but that. Something ain't right. It's like everybody being kept quiet. His wife is not talking. Mother and father is not talking. Grandfather specifically said he don't think his grandson would do something like that. I'm thinking it's a setup. It was a setup. It was a setup to where somebody wanted him out the picture. And I just found out a couple hours ago on YouTube that him and his wife did argue that Monday morning. That could cause a person to actually storm out the house. Or was something brought up about her having an affair. And he probably didn't know how to deal with that. I don't know. But it still raises some daggone red flags and raises some questions. Like, then he makes a video stating that he's going to disappear in 24 hours. So probably thinking that he really did do it. I don't know, people. Y'all tell me. Tell me what y'all think. Question down below. Because I believe if he did delete himself, that means Allison, his wife, drove him to it. That's the only thing. That's the only thing on option I have. His wife probably drove him to it. Or he was forced to delete himself. Or somebody already did the deletion and made it look like a deletion. And made it look like that he deleted himself. I know this happened. I don't know. People might say, well, you know what, you watch too many movies. No, that's not even the case. I usually watch a lot of Law and Orders. And I've seen how people actually came up to lead. Most of all, somebody deleted just some person, and then the case was not closed right there and there. Not until they had got the suspect. Okay. Once they record, they pick the person up, do it basically put them behind bars. But in Twitch's case, this is kind of tricky. See, I too suffer depression. I do. But this so happens that I think it's called depression, anxiety. But the thing about it is that I'm seeing people, I guess, once a week. I talk to my psychiatrist like once a month. And I'm being treated for my depression. So, as people always say, yes, there's help out there. It really is. If you need the help, there's help out there. If you want it, you have to want the help. I've been dealing with I've been dealing with my anxiety, depression for like, for years, ever since from childhood. Um, I witnessed my father beating the crap out of my mother. I was so withdrawn. I didn't want to talk to nobody. That's how tough it was on me. So as I got older, I was still suffering depression, every now and then. I would, basically suffer from it. But I was still getting the help that I needed. My mother made sure I was getting the help that I needed. Stuff like that, whatever I see in counseling, psychiatrists, things like that, whatever. So I was still getting the help that I need, and even to my adult years. Um, years ago, years ago, I used to have those thoughts, but I didn't realize until I was doing in what do you call those places. And then it came down to a place to where I can't say stuff like that because people will actually begin to wonder and wonder if you're going to do X, Y, Z, whether you're going to hurt yourself or others. So as I got older, during my adult years, after I had my daughter, it was called what did I just call it? Postpartum depression, something like that. After I gave birth to my daughter, even though doctor said that's normal, it came to a place to where I didn't want to touch my daughter at first. I didn't want to touch her at first. They said, "Oh no, it's okay. You can touch her. She's yours. Just stay." I was okay. And I know once I touched my daughter's hands for the first time, I felt the connection, immediately. Immediately I felt the connection right away. Um, for somebody to be depressed, it goes and comes. Depression goes and comes. And how I know, because I suffered from it myself. Okay, I've been through a long way. And then when I lost my mom in 2015, and when the family started blaming things on me, my depression got worse. It got worse. It came to a place to where I had to see my therapist every week and talk about my depression, talk about my anxiety, talk about all the issues that I'm going through. You know what I mean? So I made what was it? So I made a statement about my depression on Beagle, why you should be on Beagle. And my daughter's other side of the my daughter's father's side of people's supposed to be her half sibling. She played on it. She actually positively played on it. And she used my mental health problems against me. That's what she did. Instead of her saying, "Oh, this, that, the third," oh no. "Oh, you killed my father." Yeah, that's what I got from her. That's not helping me. That's not helping my depression. That's just making it worse. And she's doing everything she possibly can to try to get my daughter from me. She did whatever she tried to do, whatever she did. And every time things did not set with her, whatever, she tried everything she could to get my only child from me. So people, now you see why you can't trust everybody. You can't trust not hardly nobody. For real. People you trust be the first ones to turn their backs on you. They'll be the first ones to become your worst enemies. So at this point, do I trust that individual? No. No. I don't know about my daughter. I don't know how she feel about the trust issues with her half siblings, whatever. But the truth is, I don't trust that person. I don't trust them. I don't. So you see, people, when you suffer depression, either it's a mental health issue, So you suffer depression and things like that, whatever, you cannot be around negativity people. Okay? Negativity people will make you feel so damn on low, so damn on bad. And God forbid you don't know what the heck to do next. Don't know. So when it comes to negativity people, and you're going through mental health, like depression, anxiety, whatever, people who makes you down, people who actually want to keep you down, stay away from those people. Stay away from those people. Because they be the main ones that make your depression even worse. They would have to be. Depression can actually drive anybody to do anything to themselves. But thank God that I am getting the help that I need. Thank you, happy. Now, behind all smiles, behind all laughters, for people with depression, behind all the smiles and laughter, there's a darkness. There is a darkness that nobody wants to see. Okay, you have some people that's that basically trying to set you up. You have people that have a lot of hate towards you because of things you do. Just like on Christmas Day, I was told to take down my YouTube page. For what? Because I'm telling the truth. And the reason why I don't trust this individual, she ruined my life. Why would I trust her? Ever again. So for the year 2023, I'm planning on staying away from all the negativity people I have problems with in year 2022. And 2008 and 2017. All these negativity people, I'm planning on staying away from, far away from as possible. Okay? My daughter has some things that she felt about that person too. But I'm gonna let her tell y'all on her channel. So yeah, depression, anxiety is real. The first time I got threatened on Beagle, I basically damn near had a anxiety attack. Yes, I'm telling you. I was not. I was like beyond depression. I was like, I was like having a damn anxiety attack to where, to where I was having chest pains, literally chest pains. And I said, you know what? I need to calm myself down. I need to calm myself down, seriously, because things is getting too intense. So when I decided to quit Beagle, it's because of death threats. Not because I wanted to do nothing to myself. No, I was getting death threats on that Beagle site. So that's why I quit. Some of my supporters that watch my videos, this is why I quit Beagle. And I will never come back to Beagle, because anytime your life is being threatened, it's time to let that site go. It's time to let it go. So those of you who's being threatened on some of these websites and stuff like that, whatever, sometimes your conscience or your heart could tell you, to delete that site, sign out that site first, delete it, and don't go back to it. Okay? Depression and anxiety is real. It's not a fake thing. These are things that people live with day in, day out. But it don't come to the place to where I want to, do anything to myself, whatever. No. That's not the case. My thing is that when it comes to my depression, you have to be able to control it. Don't let the depression and anxiety get the best of you. You have to learn how to control it. Even if you have to be medicated, or if you feel like you depressed and you want to take your meds, just like it was, just like it was like described to you, you do that. But don't tell nobody what you're gonna do to yourself, because that will have people that actually want to actually step in and help. But if the person is depressed and they're going through it, depression and anxiety, if they don't want the help, it's not really much you can do for them, you know. But at this point, I don't think Switch was depressed. He probably was a little stressed out, because the argument that him and his wife had. That I guess that Monday morning before he left the house. That's probably about it. But she probably dropped the bombshell on him, and he probably felt that he needed to get away from her. And that's probably the way he probably felt, that he needed to get away from her. Yeah, that's the only thing I can honestly think of, definitely think of. But as far as deal with depression, it's not easy. It's not easy to. Sometimes I be so depressed, I don't even want to get out of bed. It gets that. I mean, it gets that bad. Sometimes it gets to a place where I don't want to talk to nobody, and I don't put my phone on airplane mode. I just turn my phone off. Nobody can contact me. Yeah. Sometimes it gets to a place where I just want to lay in the bed all day long. And I talked to my therapist a couple of times earlier. I think earlier in the years. And each and every time she would talk to me, she'd be like, "Okay, Miss Braxton, what's this, whatever." And I told her, "So what you doing?" I'm like, "I'm in my bed." She's like, "What you doing?" She's like, "What you doing in the bed?" So yeah, sometimes when you're depressed, you just want to lay in the bed. You don't want to do nothing. Now you wash your behind. I'm telling you, well, I know. So for a person that suffered, mental health issues, yes, I know how it feels. Some people in your family be your worst enemies. Some people in your family don't even act like they care about you. They don't. I'm gonna be perfectly honest. You have some people in your family that will actually be the first to rat you out. So you're around friends, you get nothing but unconditional love. But you have friends, sometimes you have families that will actually act like they hate you. They do. I'm gonna keep it real and keep it 100%. You know? But there you have it. So yeah, depression is real. Depression is not to play with. You know what I mean? And if you're suffering depression or whatever, go get help. Go get help. If you have some other damn issues, whatever, go get the help. They're out there, but you have to want it. You have to want that help. If you don't want that help, nobody can make you do anything you don't want to do. And that's gonna be my video for now. All right. That was my part two. All right. And plus, my story is about depression and anxiety. You know what I mean? Um, so far, so good right now. I'm doing okay. I'm not depressed. Um, that's a good thing. Um, I'm not depressed. Just sitting here chilling. They watch YouTube. Probably put me a movie on. I'll probably do a video with one of my reborn dolls and stuff like that. Oh, and that's another reason why I collect reborn dolls, to help me with my depression and anxiety. And that's why I'm not so depressed now, because I have other things that can actually keep me busy, like making videos, knitting and crocheting, um, doing my mannequin heads hair, okay? A lot of other things I could do, you know? But other than that, I'm good, I'm not upset about anything. So, ain't nobody calling you. So, to make a long story short, that was my door in the background. So, yeah, so people who suffer depression, anxiety, go get the help. Okay? If you're not sure how to get the help, go online. You look up the help hotline for people who suffer depression, anxiety, and just pick up the phone and just call. Tell you want to make the appointment. This, that, the third. That's it. Help is out there if you want it. Help is out there if you need it. But you have to want the help in order to get it. I don't get the help that I need. For the grace of God. So, all that I tell for people, yeah, go get the help that you need. You know, the issues I have with my daughter's other half, she need to go get help as well. Because she got some issues that she needs to deal with herself. So, she also needs to go get that help. Even my therapist said the same thing. For her to actually constantly harass me and my daughters, she said she needs to go get help before it's too late. Seriously. Well, people, that's gonna do it for me for the day. We'll get off this thing, whatever, and y'all have a good one. Be safe out there. Be safe out there. If you have mental health issues, whatever, go find a help hotline or call 311 so they can contact you to the helpline, whatever. You do that. Please like, comment, subscribe to my video. And each and every time I post, you'll be notified. Press the notification bell too. That way you'll be notified each and every time I post. So, you have a good one. Happy New Year's to all. And I'll talk to you guys probably later on. All right? So, peace.